Hello guys. So today we are going to start level 1 journey, and overall in the journey we have 4 levels. Level 1 for basic SQL, level 2 is intermediate SQL, level 3 is advanced SQL, and level 4 is complex SQL. And overall I divided this whole SQL journey into 20 modules. So today I'm going to start module level 1, and that is database introduction. And all together for basic SQL, that's the level 1, we have 6 modules to cover. So today we are going to start from home, and we will cover till the module 1, that's the database introduction. And then subsequently we will keep moving to module 2, module 3, module 4, like that. So there will be 6 videos to cover level 1. And once we'll reach to level 1 milestone, then I will show you guys, okay, what are things we have in level 2. If you have visited our previous videos, in that I have explained in very much detail about in which level, what are the modules we are going to cover and what are the topics. So each module is basically one topic, okay? So let's move forward, let's start our journey. So we have these two, the module level 1 database introduction, and let's see, before going to module 2, what are the miles we have to cover today. So the mile number 1 is introduction about the database, and then in this module, database introduction, mile number 1 is data, and then mile number 2 is how we are storing the data before computer system, and then post-era of computer system, like once people have started using computer, companies and organization, everyone, how we are organizing the data, and then like database, like how we store the data in database and how we can utilize and all these things. And then next video will have module number 2. So let's first try to understand what is data. So data is a fact, number, quantity, information, graphs, measurement, observation about any object, any organization. Okay? So in any form, data can be. It can be in form of number or pictures and all these things. So for any organization, this data is like an asset. So in any business, they will have, suppose it's retail chain, they will have all the goods and all with their assets, right? But along with that, the data is also asset for any organization. The main question is, what is the data in any organization or anything? So to understand it in kind of raw format way, or I will say just in the language, if anyone don't know computer system and they need to know, hey, what is data? So let's take example of my own organization, and I'm going to showcase some of our teammates here of Vaanii team. So there is a guy and he is designer. His name is Mukul. And let's see his facts and figures about the truth of Mukul. So his name is Mukul Jain, and he is designer in the organization. And his email is like this, mukuljain@vaanii.com. And his manager is Priyanka, and Mukul's salary is $4,000. So name, designation, email, and who is the manager and salary, that is the data, that is the fact about Mukul. Let's take example of another employee, Prabha. And Prabha detail is, her name is Prabha, he is editor, her email ID is prabhad@vaanii.com. Her manager is also Priyanka, and her salary $4,000. Then let's see Priyanka detail. He is managing the team, and her full name is Priyanka Mishra, designation lead, email ID, manager, designation. So she don't have any manager, because she's the manager of whole team. And the salary is $5,000. Then let's see my detail actually. I'm instructor at Vaanii, and this is my detail, guys. Email ID, designation, name, and salary. So now that's the data about these employees in Vaanii. So let's talk about how it can be getting stored. So we can just store the data in pre-computer era. We were just writing in the journal or notebook or kind of for any transactional data, ledger, journal, and all. We are getting a store. We were storing there. So here you can see we can just store in a notepad like this. Now if I need to calculate bonus or hey, how much total salary I need to pay all these four guys, if management has to calculate it, he will just have to calculate manually, right? Suppose the total salary paid to this whole team is 400 plus 400 plus 500 plus 10,000. So all together, they have to just do it manually. If management has to calculate the bonus, again, he has to calculate manually. So that's how we are maintaining the data, the computer era. Once the computer system came, people started the data storage in terms of files and notepad and all these things. So this tabular form, people started storing in computer, like in a file and all. But there also, people were facing a lot of difficulties in the sense, if you are storing data in a file or somewhere, or in Excel sheet and all, if you have a smaller data, then maintenance of data is very tough, right? If you have to update data and if there are millions of records. So maintaining data in a file or notepad was very difficult. Suppose if I have thousands of employees and I'm going to store it in Excel sheet or notepad or something like that, then if I have to calculate it, I have to write a formula or I have to just do it manual work. If it is in notepad or if it is in sheet, we can write formula and do that. But again, maintaining the data in the sense, updating some data or just putting the data into the sheet is just whole manual process. So that's why people came with approach where why not we can store the data at one place in such a way that we can retrieve the data, we can store data, we can modify the data and all properly, and we can do through the program. instead of doing all the manual works. So that's how database came in picture, guys. Now we need to understand what is database. So basically, if you will see air base, so base of all the aeroplane and all these things, right? Now database is also where all the data will be passed and the maintenance can be done, right? In air base and all also, if suppose some flight comes, they will get the fuel and their maintenance and all will happen there, right? So same way, we have database where data will be stored, and it is very easy to maintain the data, to insert the data, update data, delete data from there. It will be done through the program. Okay, that we will look into the next video. But let's see how it is similar to Excel sheet. Like I have shown you in the prior slide, that we were just storing the data in tabular format, and in same way we can store in Excel sheet as well. But how data gets stored in the Excel sheet? So basically in database also we have Excel sheet kind of a structure, and that is called table. So table and a spreadsheet will be almost similar, okay? Then how we can relate it? So let me just show you. I'm going to create one Excel sheet here. And in this Excel sheet, I'm going to put some data actually. So I'm going to put employee, then name, salary, and department ID. So if employee, suppose 101, employee ID and name is Mukul, as I explained you. Salary is $4,000 and department ID is 10. And if I have another employee number 2, Priyanka, employee number 3, Prabha, and her salary $4,000. Okay, Priyanka's salary is $5,000 and Prabha's salary is $4,000. And department ID is 20 and 30 here. Now this sheet we have to save somewhere, right? So if I'm going to save this Excel sheet in my C drive or D drive, so if someone will ask you, hey, can you just show me the Excel sheet? The sheet name is employee and it is in C drive. So what we have to do? We have to just go to the C drive, open the Excel sheet and show the data, right? So if I will save this sheet, suppose, I'm going to save this sheet to Vaanii and I will give the name as EMP. So this sheet got saved in EMP file, like Vaanii folder, and the sheet name is EMP, right? And it is in C drive in my computer. In same way, in database also, this sheet is equivalent of table and the folder is equivalent of schema. So let me show you here the similarities between Excel sheet and the table. So in Excel sheet, it will be on some computer having IP address, right? That's the computer on which computer it is. And you will have your computer name, right? Then here also we have port number. So in any network, IP address is supposed same, but in that 10 computers are connected. So which computer you are going to connect? So the computer name you have to find, right? In the same way, it is port number for the database. And then drive name, if it is in C drive or D drive, where it is, that is database name in database. So in Excel sheet, you will store in a computer, and then that computer IP address, suppose if it is common IP address for the router address, and then your computer name and a drive name, and Excel sheet might have password or may not be. It will be in folder and then Excel file, and you have to double click to see the file contents, right? In same way, for the table, I will have the IP address, I will have the port number, then database name, then password for that schema, and then Excel sheet is corresponding table. Got it? So if you are creating one Excel sheet, you are putting data into that, you are storing in a folder, and then folder will be in some computer. Computer will have IP address. In same way, there will be database, and on which server the database will be stored. That is the IP address. Port number is basically for database service. Database name. Here equivalent is the drive, C drive, D drive and all. And then here in database it is password protected. In folder we don't have password. Then the folder is equivalent is schema. So in Excel sheet will be stored in a folder, and here table will be stored in a schema. And the Excel sheet equivalent is table. To see the data in Excel sheet, what we have to do, we have to double click on the file and see the content. Whereas in database, to see the data into a table, you have to write select asterisk from table name. And you just have to run this. Okay? So that is the similarity between Excel sheet and the table. Now, you guys understood the database, what it is, and how we can read the data from the table, how we can maintain the data into the table, maintenance in the sense, insert, update, or remove the data, or create the table itself and all. That will be done by structured query language. So from the next video, I'm going to show you guys what is SQL or SQL, and I'm going to train you. This journey having altogether 40 miles journey, and there are 4 levels almost on each 8 to 10 miles. So we will cover it up. So today is the first session to understand what is database and how it is similar to Excel sheet. And then we'll keep moving forward, guys. So before wrapping up, let's look back and see what are things we have covered today. So we saw the data, pre-computer era, how it was getting stored in the notepad. Post-computer era, it was getting stored in file, Excel sheet and all. And now we are storing data in database. So just to learn how to utilize the database, you have to learn the SQL programming language, and that I'm going to train you guys. Okay, thanks everyone. And if you will have any question, concern, you can email us. And if you like the video, please subscribe us so that you will keep getting notification about our new videos. And if you want to get trained in very much detail, because on YouTube I cannot put like hours and hours of videos, so that's why I'm moving very much fast here and giving you some right level information. But if you will need like same thing in very much detail, you can send us mail or message us. We have one app, we have a product where we have in very much detail explained, and I take online classes also. So just let me know if you will have any question, concern. If you want to enroll in the course to learn in detail, you can let us know. Thank you so much. And if you like it, please click on the like button. And if you want to get more videos from us, please subscribe it as well. Thank you.